At it again, and there's a major shift going on in this country currently that, listen, I didn't think that I would see it at one point in time, right, where everybody would wake up all at once, but it's happening. The Biden administration has done such a terrible job that they have woken people up and united us against them. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's dive in.
This holiday season, families are seeing lower prices on everyday items from gas to groceries. As holiday shopping starts, shelves are stocked and prices for toys, TVs, and used vehicles are all down from last year. And we just saw record Black Friday sales.
I don't know about y'all, but I did this much Black Friday shopping. This much. Zero. None. I didn't buy a single thing on Black Friday. That's probably the first year in a while, quite a while, right? You know, you always find something that you need, right? It's not always just the TV or something, you know. It's always the little something. Hey, I don't know, anything, right? Pair of shoes or something, you know. Did you guys do any Black Friday shopping this year? Did you feel like there was record sales? Because I personally didn't. I've honestly seen videos of Black Friday items still where it was on Black Friday. Like TVs, for example. TVs just piled up, you know, like on Black Friday, they like piled the TVs up in the middle of the aisle, right? Bunch of TVs, big sign, Black Friday sale, $2.99, you know, or something like that. I've seen videos where those TVs are still sitting there because nobody bought them. Now, maybe those videos are old. I didn't really deep dive into them or look too deep into them. I just thought it was interesting and just kept it pushing. But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know.
Let's talk about some facts and feelings. What a difference a year makes. Last November, economists and business leaders predicted that today we would be in a deep recession. Well, guess what? That did not happen. By so many measures, the economy is in good shape. Unemployment near 50-year lows.
Because people have to work in this economy. They can't get by just, you know, living off of, you know, their partner's salary or whatever the case is, their parents' salary. They got to get out and work too because of how expensive everything is.
Wages going up.
Because they have to in order to keep up with the inflation.
Near 50-year lows. Wages going up. The economy, it is growing. Inflation, it is slowing. This holiday, a lot of things are less expensive than they were a year ago. Thanksgiving dinner, gas prices, airfares. Now, I know polls are showing us that Americans feel like the economy is in bad shape. You would think, given what people are saying, we're in a recession, but we are not. And here's the thing. We're also not acting like we're in a recession. Holiday spending looks like it is going to hit a new record. As my colleague Tom Costello reports, holiday weekend travel could do the same, even if the weather doesn't cooperate. Let's talk about.
Notice how they said price is lower than last year. Because last year was all-time highs. And didn't she say record spending?
Spending looks like it is going to hit a new record.
Yeah, it's probably a record because of how expensive things are. They haven't been this expensive ever before until, well, last year, but then people just really didn't buy anything. Now prices may have come down a little bit and people are like, yeah, I'm not going to skip 2 years in a row. I'll just go ahead and buy everything that I normally buy. It's just going to be a lot more expensive, which by definition would make it a record. If everybody's buying what they normally would buy and things are a lot more expensive than it normally would be, by definition, you're breaking a record. But I don't know. Y'all tell me. Maybe I'm tripping. But I do think this is weird because I don't feel this way. But they're trying to convince me that everything is fine. Everything is sunshine and rainbows. Prices are great, guys. Things are down. Inflation is slowed. Blah, blah, blah. Employment, you know, I don't know. I just find that weird. But, you know, the truth of the matter is most people aren't buying the BS. Check it out.
We're all struggling each day. The cost of living is quadrupled. Just to get groceries has now costed me a second mortgage. Let's be serious. I have 8 people to feed in my house. It's literally between $1,200 to $1,400 a month. just to have groceries in my house. So now my credit, that's been great, pretty much my entire life, because I've always believed if you can't buy it, don't have it. So I've never had credit cards till recently. Last couple years I've had to get credit cards just to get by certain things, school clothes or certain Christmas, let's talk about that, extra added expenses when I'm already struggling. My mortgage gets paid every month, but it's not at the first of the month, it's definitely at the end of the month. I mean, my bills are getting paid, but I'm falling behind every single day because I have to pick and choose which bills to go behind on so I have groceries in my house. Literal groceries in my house, guys. That's not right. It's not okay. And then I wake up this morning and my dryer shit the bed. My dryer. So where the hell am I gonna? Now I don't have any more. My credit cards are maxed. I don't have $500 extra in the bank anymore to get a dryer, or $900. I don't even know how much. But we're gonna have to add a new bill to life because Mom is gonna be going to the laundromat. Okay, and yes, any bill extra is an extra bill right now that I can't afford. Something's got to change, and I know I can't be the only one that's out here. I feel like everybody is silently struggling and just doing the things to get by and going into debt and trying to keep your head above water and smile on your face, and yeah, silently struggling, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, I get that sense too. You know, I've come across a lot of videos like the one you just saw, where people are like, "Man, I'm busting my butt out here, and I'm barely making it, barely." You know, at the end of the week, when all bills are paid, I've got $20 to stretch me for the rest of the week, barely making it. In my humble opinion, man, if you are working, you know, 40+ hours a week at a job that's not, you know, like a McDonald's, of course, obviously, that's like an entry-level occupation. People at McDonald's, you know, if you're working 40+ hours a week at something that's other than like McDonald's or something, there's no way you should be struggling. Like, I'm not saying you should be rich, but you shouldn't be having to take out credit cards and max them out, like, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, you're not coming out of that. If you're going into a slump, and while going into that slump, you're having to sign up for credit cards and you're maxing out those credit cards and you're still not catching up. You're still behind. Like that's just absolutely ridiculous. I personally don't believe somebody should have to live like that. If you're busting your butt, you should be rewarded for that. And yeah, I agree with her. I think there's a lot of people that are silently struggling out here that are just kind of gritting their teeth and bearing it. You know, you have this administration trying to make it sound as if things are sunshine and rainbows, but you have people like this. But, you know, the great thing about all of this happening is that it is wakening a lot of people up to the truth. You know, a lot of people hated Trump and wanted to get Trump out of office. They thought he was like the worst thing ever. And, you know, Joe Biden and his administration would put things back on the right track. The adults would be back in the room. And they've realized they were lied to. They were lied to. Things have only gotten worse. Check it out.
You know, the media played me real good. They played me like a fiddle. I used to watch a lot of TV. SNL.
You're not the only one.
I hated Trump. A lot. Very triggered. And I didn't even know why. I just knew he got in the way of Bernie Sanders, my boy. And he played too much golf. He was just goofing off in there. What was he doing? And it wasn't until March 2020 that I was like, uh-oh, I think I need some answers. Looks like we're going down. Mayday, mayday, who's the good guys here? Because something's off. I frantically looked around. I looked at Mark Zuckerberg. Are you a good guy? Huh? Who's the good guy? Because I could see who the bad guys were, and they were pushing a lot of fear. They were trying to convince me of something that was going to happen in like 2 years' time, and it hadn't even happened yet. So I was like, they're just trying to tell me what to do. They're trying to trick me.
Yes, ma'am.
They're trying to get me used to a way of life that is not good for me and is good for them.
Facts.
Anyways, I watched a lot of those news briefings, White House news briefings live. I wanted to hear him speak live. And when I did, I said, okay, let's just hear this guy out. And I listened to him, and I mean, he wasn't saying anything incorrect. He was like a businessman saying, this is where we're at, this is what we're going to do. He wasn't taking me to a fearful place 2 years ahead of time, because that doesn't make sense. And then I watched the news afterwards, and they spun it all out of control. It was like Mean Girls from high school. They're just like, Trump said this, and Trump did that, and Trump doesn't like you, and if you like Trump, then you're not cool, and nobody likes you. So I saw the game being played on me, and I was like,
Good for you.
I think he's a good guy.
Yep.
I think he's in there for a reason. Now I understand why he was president. And he says a lot of interesting things. He'll say things like, you guys have too many middlemen in your way. I'm here to return power to you. And then I was like, something is happening. There's a very huge thing happening here. And that's when I realized this was the beginning of everything for us.
Yes, ma'am.
This was power returning to the people. I didn't know how yet. But I realized our military is way smarter. And then I saw the new technology that was coming, and it all came full circle. Oh my God. And Trump saying the best is yet to come, and I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. And nobody knows, and people are panicking, and they're driving with masks on in their car, and nobody even knows what's really going down. All I can say is thank you, Trump, and U.S. military. Thank you for people who fight for freedom. Thank you for intelligent minds that see past their own selfish, greedy motives and create a better world. Because it's coming.
It is coming. It is on the way. Wasn't that beautiful? Wasn't that wonderful to see? You know, because I honestly had a similar moment, right? Listen, I've told you guys about that. It's been documented right here on the channel. You know, I had to ask myself, why do I hate Trump? Why do I not like this guy? I couldn't answer the question. I genuinely could not answer the question. And that bothered me. That bothered me. Why can't I answer that question? Because I've just been listening to the narrative. Which, listen, I'll give the Democrats credit. They are good at pushing the narrative. Because they all, in lockstep, all repeat the same thing. And back when I was in the smoke screen, I couldn't see it. But now that the smoke is cleared, now I see it all the time. And I'm like, yo, this is BS. They're all agreeing on it. That's how I know it's BS. They're all saying it. Every single last one of them. Threat to democracy. Threat to democracy. Threat to democracy. It's crap. It's a load of crap. Trump is a threat to democracy. They're all saying, nobody else disagrees. I once read a quote or saw a quote. I don't remember who said it. But the quote goes, if everyone in a room agrees, then someone is lying. And, you know, when I expand that quote, right, to just life in general, when all of the media agrees, they're lying. So you mean to tell me everybody is in agreement? Nobody has a different opinion about anything? Nobody. Like, you just all are saying the exact same thing? That's just suspicious to me. Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. Trump must actually be good if you guys are all saying it. Not one said anything different, you know? So it's just, you know, it's obvious now that the smoke screen is gone. I can see through it clearly. And I'm like, bro, how in the world was I blind to that? That was so obvious. But let me tell y'all something. It can happen. It can happen because I was once there. And that's why when some of you guys have said in the comment section, you know, these people are too far gone, they're too far lost, I'm like, no, they aren't. No, they aren't. I was once one of those same individuals that some of you were like, I think that person's too far gone. I don't think they'll ever come over to the Republican side. I don't think they'll ever support Trump. They're too far gone. I was once one of those same individuals, you know, and, you know, all it takes is just that light bulb moment where it's just like, like what she said in that video. I need answers. You know, it just, you just have to figure out how to get them to that moment. Now, I walked myself to that moment, but for some individuals, they can't walk themselves. We're all different. We all, you know what I mean, for whatever reason. And so it may take a little coaxing to get them to that point where they reach that aha moment, you know. And you may have to be a little easy way into it. Don't be aggressive, because you'll push, you know, they'll pull back a lot of individuals. You know I would have, if somebody was like overly aggressive with me, like, oh, hey, you're you know what I mean? Like, I'm whoa, hold on now. You know what I mean? Just being honest, right? All I can do is be honest. The truth is the truth, and that can't be changed. So you like it, love it, or hate it, it's the truth, you know? But thankfully, we don't have to see what I would be like if I didn't learn the actual truth, okay? Because I have now. And that young lady did too, and a lot of other people in this country have. And we've got a lot more people to wake up to the truth as well. As, you know, Larry Elder likes to say, we have a country to save. We have a country to save, because things are not good, man. Things are not good. And as far as her military comment there towards the end, I'll play that back, actually. Where was that at?
This is awesome. This is awesome. I'm saying the best is yet to come, and I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. And nobody knows, and people are panicking, and they're driving with masks on in their car, and nobody even knows what's really going down. All I can say is thank you, Trump, and U.S. military.
What do you think she meant by that? U.S. military. Like, is she just thanking the military just for, you know, their service? Or is there something that she may know that we don't? Let me know. Peace and love. I'm out.